Chester, Vermont. We've got a great crowd tonight. We've got comics who traveled for 2 hours, 1 hour, all over. We have Bitsy that came from Springfield. She saw the press release, so she's local. This is awesome. And I'm so glad everybody is here. We're going to have some fun. So for people out there on YouTube, this is a comedy open mic show. Throughout the history of comedy, comics have done open mics. Dave Chappelle started at 14 years old, I think, and he talks about that. Gilbert Gottfried's sister brought him to a mic when he was like 15 or 16. I didn't even remember what place he went to, and that's how he got his start. Adam Sandler's brother brought him to a mic. So throughout the history of comedy, people have started at open mics. Many of them in LA and New York City. We are here in rural Vermont. We are in a town where women over 40 do not use hair dye or lipstick. I don't know if you can buy hair dye or lipstick in our town. I saw a moose with lipstick the other day. That's the most lipstick I've seen. So anyway, Chester news, sugaring season ended today, basically. When the buds come out on the maple trees, the sap turns bitter, and that's when they quit sugaring, as they call it. So from my friends that are in the syrup business, it was a short season, but they had a really good run, a little bit less than last year. So if everybody is interested in syrup, which is a Vermont thing, that's the story on that. So I do live in a small town. We have new owners for the diner here in our town. I'm an idea guy, and they were asking for ideas for names for the diner. It's one of those old diners with the seats that wobble. I suggested they call it the Loose Stool Diner. I did not like that idea. I'm excited that it's getting warmer now. I like to be helpful to women who hike, and I hang out at the end of hiking trails and look tired and then ask them if they need me to help see if they have any ticks on their body. Hi, Ryan. Does that seem creepy to you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Speaking of creepy, I went into the barber the other day and got a haircut, and he was complaining that he doesn't have enough business. And I suggested that he try to get young people to come to the barber shop. He's like, "You got any ideas on that?" I said, "Yes, you should put out a sign that says, 'We groom children.'" So the police came to see him. I read in the news the other day that 1 in 200 people has the DNA of Genghis Khan, believe it or not. The Crusader lived 900 years ago. 1 in 200 people, the DNA from Genghis Khan. So those same scientists predicted that 200 years from now, 1 in 900 people will have the DNA of an NFL wide receiver. I kind of screwed that up. Wide receiver, Jason. They make a lot of babies at the end. Are you a football fan?
I'm familiar with the promiscuity of pro athletes.
All right. Maybe you think I should do pro athletes as the joke to make it more well-rounded?
I'd go as far back as Will Chamberlain with some of these young.
Will Chamberlain, that's right. 4,000 sex partners?
In 78 alone.
And tonight he's with Tom's wife, everybody. I kind of got interested in I have a buddy whose name is John, spelled Jon, another friend named John, Jon, another one Johnny, and another friend named Jonathan. And I thought, how did they get their names? And did the way that their names were spelled affect their social status? Believe it or not, I figured out they kind of did. Jon, John, works at the Jiffy Mart here in town. John, John, went to community college and then works with his family's plumbing business. Johnny, who you might imagine with the fun name, he's in a band, and Jonathan, whose mom and grandmother both went to Yale, got a sex change, became Joanna, and became the third woman in their family to graduate from Yale. There you go. I'm killing tonight. I'm absolutely killing.
1, 2.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, I screwed that up too. All right. I've been working so hard. I wrote jokes for one of my friends. I should have wrote jokes for myself. All right. I am going to get off of this stage and let our comics come up and entertain you all. So don't be afraid to laugh. That's one thing we get a bunch of micers and we're thinking about setup and punchline rather than laugh. And don't be afraid to laugh. All right. And now, just returning from his annual vacation to Colombia, where he hangs out on the beach and eats empanadas and fornicates with the locals. All the way from, where the hell do you live, Aaron?
Lime.
All the way from Lyme, New Hampshire, Aaron Richter, everybody!
Thank you, Barry. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good. All right, I'm up here now. Barry, at the beginning, I'm like, what the fuck, is this a history lesson? Am I in class? He's like, comedy started. Dave Chappelle started when he was 14. Eddie Murphy when he was 9. Comedy started in 1842. Before then, people didn't know how to laugh. But then word got out and people started laughing and smiling. 1842. That was my Barry impression, everybody. Okay. What a fucked up bow that was. I'm so fat I can't even bow right. Should I curtsy as a fat man? And the belly wouldn't get in the way. Okay. Yes, my name is Aaron Richter. I drove an hour to get here. You know, it was a lot of fun. I'm hanging out. I love to drive around. And what else about me? Oh, I'm a sex offender. Yep. I offend women with how bad I am at sex. It's true. I've actually had a woman tell me that during sex, I look like an otter trying to get up on a dock. Anyone else see those YouTube videos of like a otter trying like flopping up on a dock? And the otter is always so happy to finally get up there and be dry. Unlike the women I have sex with, they're not happy to be dry. But I do what I can, you know? I only have so many tricks in my bag, you know? Sometimes it just doesn't work, you know? I may not surprise all of you, but I'm not very successful with women, to be honest. You know, in my mid-30s, I know how women are going to react to this at this point, you know? There's no surprise. It's like, usually if I try and approach women, I'll look on their faces like, ew, fucking gross, get away from me. But that's normal for me, you know? If I was at a bar and a beautiful woman came up to me and she'd be like, hey, you're cute. You wanna go home with me? I'd be like, okay, this night is not gonna end well. I'm gonna end up in her bathtub with my kidney missing. Maybe everything gone, I don't know. All my organs end up on the black market tomorrow, you know? But, you know, I gotta stay vigilant, you know? But I do, you know, I get rejected a lot. So consequently, that's turned me into an ass man. Because that's what I see as the women walk away. She rejected me, but boy, she got a great ass. You know? It's a good thing I'm not into feet. I don't like feet. And that's probably good because then I'm not into women like stomping on me in my dreams, you know. I'm single. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I told that last one. It was going so well, everybody. So, anyone here from New Hampshire?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you are. You drove me here. You drove me here. No, but guys excited that you still. I don't know what's going on with the New Hampshire inspection thing, you know. But right now, we don't have to get our cars inspected. Who knows how long it'll last? But right now, I am fucking living it up. As all of you should be too. You know, right now, I am driving some shitbox car that anyone else play the dashboard light game? Does anyone else know what that is? It's where you see how many lights you can get on your dashboard and have the car continue to run. Right now, everybody, I got them all on. I'm partying it up. I got check engine light, low tire pressure. I even have like low fuel. I haven't gotten gas for a little while. I'm running on fucking fumes, everybody. And then I got some weird like squiggly lines. I don't even know what they do. Like if my car was ever to break down, I'd be like, hey, yeah, get parts for the squiggly line thing, but the cheapest you can. I don't have a lot of money stashed away for whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, I think my favorite part about comedy, everybody, is these awkward silences. You know, I really do love them. You know, when you start out, you hate them, and it's this and that. Hi, Barry. But then after, yeah. No, I need the awkward silence, not the rim shot. It's ruined. My awkward silence where you hate me is ruined. No, but so yeah, and I love being vulnerable up here. And a few months ago, actually, I was even more vulnerable. I did a naked comedy show, everybody. Me and like me and 8 other comics, we went on stage completely naked. Okay, I wasn't like wearing like a loincloth or a fucking banana hammock. You know, all this was hanging out. Like front row, like was like right here to this little fucking like stump. I was just like grinding on the. And I remember it, and also there was like 70 people in the audience. There was so many fucking people there. And I remember my first joke. I walk out on stage and I'm like, some guys are growers, some are showers, and I look down, and some are neither. all right, that got some laughter. In front of 70 people, that got fucking nothing. Oh. They all just had real depressed looks on their faces like, yeah, we know, we can see your dick and it's really bumming us out right now. Yeah. But actually, a few days later, I did run into a woman that was actually at that show. And she was right where that fucking stump is. That's how close it was. She got to see all this up close and personal. And she's like, Aaron, you really stood out because you had the most normal-looking dick there. The fuck is that normal-looking dick? Does my cock have a house in the suburbs and a couple kids? Dicks are all gross, mine included, you know? But like, I've never gotten a compliment like that, like fully clothed. It was really like, both my brains were very confused. We're on like the Hannaford's checkout line. I'm like, are we gonna have sex right now? We ended up not having. I mean, I would have fucking totally done it. You guys can tell I'm kind of a scumbag. We didn't have sex, but I would have done it right on the conveyor belt, right with all the fruits and vegetables. You know, I don't care. I would have made the cashier watch. You know, I would have cucked that cashier. Just that would have been. That's like one of my new fantasies. You know, and then they're like. Clean up on checkout 3. Somebody spilled a gallon of milk. Oh. All right, you guys. A pint of milk, okay? It looked be a little bit more realistic, you know? And can I just say, side note, that same woman, she said that she can tell. She has a really intuitive superhuman power. Maybe some women here have that. That she can tell the size of a man's package through their clothes. And she actually said, I kid you not, I have not told you this, but that Tom Z has a huge cock. She actually, so maybe, maybe the black man can't measure up. I don't know. That's a place right now. His wife's just like, I wish you had a big dick like my husband. I don't know why we're doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this joke. Anyway, I work in a church, everybody. That's true. I'm the music director and the admin assistant. That's very true. And I'm part of a church where like it's open and affirming, which means that we accept everyone, LGBTQ plus everything, And some people don't. Some churches don't. It's always like confused me, Like I just feel like to God we're all so small and insignificant. Like why would God care who people love and have sex with? Like it never made sense to me, It's kind of like, have you ever been walking to the tall grass and you see a couple beetles fucking on a leaf? Is your first thought ever, oh, I hope they're married. I hope they're not two male beetles or two female beetles. You're like, couple beetles fucking on a leaf. That's pretty cool. That's pretty hot. There've been a few times where I've taken out my phone and taken a few pictures, for the wank bank later, you get to see. I may or may not have a file on my computer called Beatles, And believe me, it's not your John, Paul, George, and Ringo. There's some hot fucking Beatle action in there. Don't open it unless you want to be turned on. We get all the positions. We get reverse ladybug. Oh man, that's a good one. The Cleveland stink bug. The cockroach. That's my personal favorite. And missionary. Just missionary. They like to be very intimate. Those beetles. And then when they're done having sex, I kneel down. I sniff the leaf. Just oh, that's good beetle sex. One thing I love in this world is those beetle juices. Is he here? No? Okay. All right. This place isn't haunted. Beetlejuice didn't come back. The sequel sucked. Actually, it was okay. Anyone see the sequel? I'm done.
Awesome.
You're on Richter, everybody. Woo woo!
I'm just gonna get off the stage now.
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
We can do
you
that.
can get off the stage if you want. Did you want to hang out?
No.
Okay.
I've been up here enough.
There you go. All right, that's awesome. Oh man, did you find any missionaries down there in Colombia on your vacation that you could preach the gospel to there? Or?
Yeah, I did some missionary work and some doggy style.
Ah, that's what we like to hear. That's what vacations are for. I need a vacation. I need to move out of this town. Michael Allen, how do you pronounce the last? What? Leduc. Michael Allen Leduc. 3 names. And now, Michael Allen Leduc. First time in beautiful Chester, Vermont. Here he is, everybody. Chester, Vermont.
Yes, Michael Allen. Is this on? Yeah. Michael Allen, because I used to tell people my name was Michael, and about half of the time people would say, I don't think I'm going to call you that. I'll just use the first syllable of your name. That's what I'm holding in my hand. That's not my name, okay? Everybody does not appreciate being called just the first syllable. My friend Astrid hates it. Do not try it with her cousin Consuela. So I was getting gas on before I left my city, and it was very windy, and my shirt opened up, and I realized why the lady next to me was giving me really weird looks because she was reading her shirt. Oh no! So I'm wearing my MAGA hat because it's Michael Allen Goofing Around tour I'm on right now. I am in the process of being on stage in every state. And I do want to thank you for not introducing me as Billy Bob's emo twin, ZZ Bottom, or what else do I get? The Duck Dynasty's gay cousin from Dick Dynasty. I mean, I wrote that one, The Guy Can Dream. So there's a black man in my house right now, by the way. I've been married for 22 years. We've actually been together for 29. Only been allowed to be married for 22, and y'all know the reason why by now. It's because he's black. So, I mean, when I was younger, people were stupid. They would ask me questions like, do you want to be a girl? I'm like, no, that's not how gay works. And even now, people ask me, do you want to be black? I'm like, no, that's not how that works either. I mean, the only person I know that wants me to be a black female is my mother-in-law. That is true. So, I spent 10 years in a mental institution. Yeah, I was a mental retardation worker. So I actually have the right to use the R word, not because I was a mental retardation worker, not because I was around when we had a department of mental retardation, not because I'm on the spectrum. There's so many reasons I can use it. Well, I'll tell you a story why I'm allowed to use the R word. All right, so about a dozen years ago, we bought a new house, and we had to have the driveway redone twice, and now I have a retard driveway. And I am very proud of my retard driveway. It's so special. I really like it. And some people don't think I should talk about it. I don't know. I did live in an institution, 24/7 kind of institution, where you wear a helmet and they feed you gruel. And I was a radio teletype operator in the United States Army. What else did I write down? Oh, I saw a sign today. Well, actually, on the radio on my way here, I heard about Easter candy is the sign of a different thing. Easter candy is rising in price, and I thought, well, that's just so appropriate for Easter. He is risen. Why not? They is risen too. So, yeah, I did see a sign, and it said sunrise service for the SON, and I just thought that's just wrong. The church is trying to be too cute. I don't know. I have been married forever, like I said, but before that I did date, and I was a slut. But not really. I mean, I can count the number of partners on one hand with a calculator. But I had a lot of crazy exes. One went up in a mental institution while we were dating. One came back to my place and stole everything I owned while we were dating. One became a prostitute while we were dating. I mean, I had such great luck. I mean, all of my exes were actually really good looking, but only one was really while we were dating. They call that suicide. Oh, dark. You like the dark ones. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, God. I was a child soldier. Yes, I enlisted at 17 years old, and I'll tell you what, I was not ready for basic training. No one taught me how to give a blowjob beforehand. I did not even know the basics. I'm serious. I thought blowjob meant you're going to blow into the penis. So I did that on a fellow soldier, and he did not appreciate it. I think I might have given him gas. Oh, let's see. Well, I remember the first time I actually got a blowjob was on a school bus, and it was so terrible. When I climaxed, I hit a parked car. So many embarrassing moments in my past. I remember when I couldn't stop getting erections in junior high. They made me start teaching that grade. I am aware that I look like I drive an ice cream truck around the elementary school. It is on purpose. I want to look like a pedo so people will stop asking me to watch their fucking kids. It's working right now. What's the opposite of ridiculous? Anybody? Ridicumore. Can you believe I write my own jokes? So this one I didn't write, but I'd love to share it. So I was at a gay bar recently, and there was these two deer coming out, and one was saying to the other, "I blew $20 in an hour in there." I was a teacher for a while, and I remember we had one of those active shooter drills, and we came back in, and I said, okay, essay time, let's write an essay on what do you want to be if you grow up? That didn't go over really well with the parents, I don't know why. Always got to be careful what you joke about. I like to joke about religious things, and I even do comedy in churches. But I got to be careful because, I mean, you can offend people really easily. You could tell the best crucifixion joke and somebody would be offended, even if you nail it. Seriously, it's true. I want to be Pete Davidson, though. He's so fucking lucky. I mean, he gets to be the 9/11 comedian nobody will ever forget just because his father was, in the towers. My father's alive and well. It's not fair. I want to be unforgettable, too. So I'm hoping that I can be maybe your mother's birthday comedian, because you wouldn't forget that, right? Because it can't be 9/11, that's already taken. Or maybe I can be the Boston Marathon comedian, you won't forget that. Well, if I bomb. Gosh. What time is it? Not time for that one. Let's see. Well, I want to finish with a song. Our children learn in school the difference between an indoor voice and an outdoor voice. But fish actually go to school too. And they learn other things. They learn about the outdoor fins and the indoor fins. That'll take a second. Something to tell. Oh, my father used to say all the time, you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you cannot pick your friend's nose. That's kind of his dad joke, I guess. I think you can get triggered and trigger warning, trigger warning. Yeah, you can get fingered or you can get triggered, but don't get trigger fingered. That's what I was saying. Because one is supposed to be fun and one is, I don't know. One can really hurt. I was wondering which is better, a Christian or a Jewish financial advisor, because a lot of people say Jewish, but they say Jesus saves. Oh, 2 minutes. Let's see. All right, I think I'll serenade you for my final time. Ready? Faggots, queers, trannies, we heard it from the people of the town, they called us faggots, queers, trannies, but every night all the men would come around and lay the money down. Faggots, queers, trannies, we heard it from the people of the town, they called us faggots, queers, trannies. Republican convention comes to town, closing grinder down. Faggots, queers, trannies, we hear from the people of the town. That's all I have here tonight. Thank you.
Give it up for Michael, everybody. That's great. Michael, I've been debating about, I've been having trouble dating, and I've been thinking about getting a gay boyfriend. Do you have to be gay to have a gay boyfriend, is my question.
Do you have money?
I have. I can get a woman with money. So I don't have, that's my problem, I think. You need money to have a gay boyfriend too?
You do.
Oh. For those of you who didn't hear that.
Here you ask.
Yeah, when you get to be my age, dating is a whole new deal. I did put an ad out on a dating site. I wrote I was tall and handsome in the dark. And I got a response back from a woman who said she was 18 in the dark. It turned out she was 81. We've been hanging out in the dark. I didn't know old people sex could be so good. Not only can she take her teeth out, she has Parkinson's. All right. My dad hates that joke. God damn it. Why are you telling them old people jokes like that? You know, you got relatives there, they look at that on YouTube, and, you know, it makes our family look bad. Your mom, she passed away, she's rolling over in her grave. You talk about jerking off, you don't know which hand you're gonna use, you talk about having blowjobs from women that can take their teeth. It's just not right. I'm like, that is comedy. Well, God damn it. All right. All right. Maybe I should give up comedy. Okay, moving along. The host needs to move along. Ryan Pratt, everybody. Ryan, where are you from, man? Ryan Pratt from Greenfield, Massachusetts. Woohoo!
Give it up for Barry, too, in the most stunning Canadian tuxedo in Chester. So, I don't know if any of you have ever noticed when you go through the automatic drive-thru that it looks oddly similar to being gang raped by Muppets. It's just colored arms everywhere, foam shooting this way and that way. Don't ask me how I know what that looks like. I just do. So, there's been a lot of news lately. We can't deny that. We're at war again. Gas prices have gone up. Fucking Kid Rock keeps showing up for some reason. But the problem is we end up missing those other important stories when there's too much going on. And I don't know, have any of you heard the story yet of Dayton Weber? Oh, let me tell you about Dayton Weber. Because once in a while you have a news story that comes out where as a comic, you don't even have to do much writing. It's like you feel like a prospector and there's gold in their hills there. Dayton Weber was a cornhole champion, quadruple amputee who murdered a guy with a gun that was a passenger in his car. There's a lot to unpack there. Let's start with, we'll get the obvious out of the way. Motive. I can understand him being angry. For his whole life, he probably heard it's like, hey, what do we call Dayton with sitting in the water? Bob. What do we call Dayton on the front porch? Matt. But yeah, the fun part of the story is the cornhole champion thing. Because it's so unnecessary, but I'm so glad they put that part into it. Those of you that don't know what cornhole is, it's beanbag toss. Somebody in the South at some point decided, hey, we need to make this a sport. Hey, Jed, what do you want to name it? I don't know, I can't concentrate. My cousin cornholed me all last night. We have cornhole now. But anyways, what I'm curious about is how did Dayton become a cornhole champion? Did he do it the old-fashioned way and just kind of stump the beanbags over? Or was it an alternate version, kind of like dwarf tossing, where he had a partner that just kind of picked him up and heaved him over? Dayton, you landed in the hole. We'll call you Phil now. So Dayton's obviously probably pretty upset. So this is where it gets, I find the interesting part of the story is not so much with Dayton Weber, but it's the victim. Because let's face it, this is some high-end Darwin Award-winning stuff here. Because it's like, as soon as you see a guy with no arms, like, trying to shoot a gun at you, wouldn't you be, no. But yeah, so I'm just picturing the scene. Dayton drives up in his car to pick up his partner there. Get in. Yeah, I see a guy with no arms and no legs pulling up in a car saying they're going to give me a ride. I'm just going to be like, No, dude, I'm taking an Uber. I'll catch you later. But no, this guy goes and gets in the car and must have pissed Dayton off even more. And it's like, hey, congrats on that win today. Why don't we celebrate? We'll hang you up from the flagpole, call you Aaron. So, and this is where the real puzzling part of the story comes in too. Because he's driving. I don't know how he's going to grab for the gun here, so I imagine there must have been a really strange conversation that went on. It's like, hey, can you go in the glove box? Yeah, there's a gun in there. Can you bring it to me? All right, are there bullets in it? Okay, put the bullets in the gun and then hand it to me. What do you mean, why? Because I'm giving you a fucking ride. Do what I said. And then somehow he shot the guy and killed him. I still don't know how this happened. Did he have tiny fingers on his stump? Maybe, I don't know, maybe he had like a grabby claw. Maybe he was like Dr. Xavier and it's like he used telekinesis, just. But the best part had to be is the cop that shows up and has to report this. Can you imagine being a cop walking up and just looking in the car? You're seeing a dead guy, a gun, and just a guy with stumps looking up at you? It'd be like, I guess you're under arrest. Stick him up. All right. We need you to get out of the car. Oh, shit, we got a runner. All right, we got you. All right, put your hands behind your shit. And I know what you could be thinking. It's like, I try not to punch down in these instances because it's like, yeah, he's a quadruple amputee. But first of all, screw him, he's a murderer. All bets are off at that point. Plus, on top of it, punching down is really the only direction you can go if you're trying to hit him. So what else have I got here? I've been told by some people that I look like an undercover cop who would be the world's worst undercover cop. Like I would be the person that you don't want to break up a drug deal. We're in the parking lot. I'd be, excuse me. Hi, can I have 2 or 3 of the cracks? And do you have any of that, what is it, Millie? Molly? Same difference. Do you have a childproof container for that? Well, safety first, you know. Do you take Venmo? No, well, can I get a receipt for, you know how HR is a pain in the ass? But yeah, so I, not that long ago, I had moved here from Florida. I had lived in Florida for a while. I went to take care of my mom. My mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease years ago. I ended up moving down there, bought a house, got her to move in with me. And I told her, it's like, hey, Mom, you know what this means? It means now you're a mover and a shaker. Hey, don't judge me. I could have called her Foxy Lady. Think about that one for a second. But yeah, I should have known that she didn't like that joke when she punched me in the face. Should have bought her those boxing lessons, which is a thing they do have. They have boxing lessons for people with Parkinson's. It's not what you think. They don't take 2 people with Parkinson's and put them in a ring against each other. Oh, I'm going to bet that Trembles McGee gets the knockout in the 4th round. It's nothing like that. No, it's just the exercises are good for them. But my mom was tough though. My mom had to have brain surgery. She had to have what's called a deep brain stimulator. It helps the medication work for her Parkinson's. And with a lot of brain surgeries, like with this one, she had to be awake through it. So She's on the table, has a team of surgeons around her. The lead surgeon has the drill, starts to drill into her head. Her hair tingles around the drill. And the surgeon says, the worst thing you could say to somebody in the middle of surgery, whoops. And my mom did not miss a beat. She said, if I can offer you a piece of advice, don't say whoops when you're drilling into somebody's head. And I thought, holy shit, that is badass. My mom Karen'd the surgeon when she's still on the table and he still has a drill. The only thing that I could think that would be more badass is if you were getting your ass kicked by the cops and you said to the cop, it's like, excuse me, officer, if I can offer you a piece of advice, choke up on that nightstick a little more. You can be much more efficient with your blows. I am in a hurry here. I'm trying to score some milli tonight. I think that's all I have for now. I have a little bit of time, but what I was going to say is next Saturday, I'm sorry it's a conflict with your show, but I am hosting in the Greenfield Moose Club in Greenfield a showcase. Mindy Bean, who is here, is also on the lineup as well. So if you're a fan of comedy and fentanyl, come to Greenfield. We'd be happy to see you there. Plus, you don't have an excuse to stay home that night. You can either come here, you can come to Greenfield, get your masturbating done early. We'd love to see you. That's all I got. Thank you.
Ryan Pratt, everybody. All the way from Greenfield. Woo-woo! There you go. I don't know about anybody else, but I had a hard time envisioning a person with no arms and no legs doing any of that stuff, Ryan.
Me too.
Oh, well. Here we are. Pinske's rising tide. There wasn't enough room for the apostrophe and the S. Okay. On deck, Mindy Bean. But now, coming to the stage, all the way from, where are you from, Shane?
Enfield now.
All the way from Enfield, New Hampshire, Mr. Real Estate, a man who walks like he shit his pants,
Several times.
Shane McDonough.
Thanks, Barry. It's great to be down here at Pinske's Rising Tide. I think it's my third time here. I forgot how to get here, so I got close to town and just rolled down a window and just listened for the sheep going, Barry, Barry. So I knew Barry's place was near all the sheep, so that was good. Brian, I might come down to the Moose Lodge. I think their logo down there, their saying is, liquor in the front, poker in the rear.
Sounds about right.
I think that's what they go with down there. So Barry, I do appreciate you not singing tonight. I did catch you on YouTube singing, and I'm like, holy Christ, if he knows fucking Stairway to Heaven, I'm going to kill somebody. I keep notes up here because my mind's like a roulette wheel. I'm just waiting for a thought to stop on either black or red or whatever the numbers are. But so I had cataract surgery last month because I was like Mr. Magoo. I couldn't see anything. I had Coke glasses. Did it down to a Scunny Hospital, which was awesome. Nice place, good place. So real friendly, nice nurses and everything like that. So they talked to me a little bit and they said, okay, you're going to go in the surgery. Is there anything that you think you want after surgery? There's a cute girl there. And I said, hey, how about a sponge bath? So I thought I was a fucking funny guy, and when I got out of the surgery, I got back to my little area, and there was a male guy with some latex gloves on. So we've been dating now for a month. No, so I'm totally kidding. I've been married. I'll be 39 years in June. Yeah, she's happily married, so it's awesome for her. No, we've been together since we were 15. So I'm now 66. So she gets all pissed off once in a while. I said, babe, slow down. I said, I was alone for 15 years, and you've been with me for 51. So a lot of this is your fault. I said, you've had 51 years to make me a better person. What the fuck have you been doing? Totally failed in terms of all of that. But I live by the motto, happy wife, happy life. Yeah, it's a good motto to live by, but there's nothing in that motto says you have to tell the truth. Truth is optional, because it's happy wife, not honest husband. And I'll give you some examples of why it's not supposed to be honest husband. Because after so many years, they'll decide buy some clothing. And she'll go to me, does this make me look fat? I'm like, how the fuck do you answer that? So you're thinking to yourself, now your answer has to come quicker than I'm going to deliver here, but you're thinking to yourself, does she think she's not fat before she puts on the outfit? Or does she think she's getting fatter once their outfit's on? So rather than tackle what she's thinking, I just decided to say, hey babe, I'm not sure what look you're going for. The pants got returned, so that was helpful to me to avoid some confrontation. Then, at one point, she asked me, hey, honey, I said, yeah, what's up, babe? She goes, would you marry me again? And I said, hon, don't ask a question you may not be prepared for the answer. I think she was hoping me to say absolutely, but that didn't go over that well. So, I've learned, like tonight, she usually travels around me, but she enjoys the fact that I might be gone for 3 hours out of the house. But I use the word, it's critical in a marriage. Ish. Never be specific on time. Don't say you can be home at 9, 10. It's always ish. So I said I'd be home around 10-ish. So that means I get home at 10, 10:15, 10:20. As long as there's a 10 in the number, I'm on time. So that seems to be working for me, the whole ish. The other thing is now we're at the age in the mid-60s. We've now secured this thought of date night. So I think date night for older people is like the night you might have sex. Nothing's guaranteed at 66. So it's a possibility that it could exist. So I thought, hey, why don't we just roll a die on Sunday night? One of 6 numbers pops up, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's awesome. Well, she thought, why don't I just get an 8-ball, shake it? I said, all right, I'll do that. Because an 8-ball historically has 10 positives, 9 neutral, and 9 negative. She happened to find one with 19 fucking negatives and 1 neutral. So I get, unlikely, not tonight, try again, so it's not really working out for me. I did have a nice romantic dinner. Everything was awesome, and I couldn't wait to tell her when she got back from her conference. What else do I got? Oh God! So she's not. Well, she's born in '60, so we're both kind of prudish. So she's not into the toys and all that. I said, honey, you don't want, a little vibrator, a little activity or anything? She said, no, you're my dildo. You're my little dildo. I said, that's fucking great. I've got a little shirt that says, here's my little dildo on the back. So that's awesome. That's great. What else can I tell you? My daughters aren't impressed with me at all. I have one that asked my wife in high school. So that would have been probably about 15 years ago. She looked my wife right in the eye and said, Mom, tell me, did you settle? I mean, right? You could have done better, Dad, right? You settled. To this date, it's not been disclosed what the answer was. So I think she's adopted the whole thing, you know, it's about honesty. It's, you know, you don't have to tell the truth. So with everything going on in the world, I mean, I'm waking up at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. You know, like Ryan said, you got gas prices, you got the emperor doing whatever he's fucking doing. He decided he didn't want Greenland. He decided to take some of Venezuela. Now he's over there just dropping everywhere over the Middle East. So that's whatever he wants to do. So I wake up in the middle of the night and I get this big thought in my mind, go, who the hell was Snow White fucking? I mean, she's hanging out with 7 dwarfs, and I'm trying to think, you know, she's not viewing Doc, because Doc is just disorganized. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You know, she's no chance she's with Sneezy. I mean, he's just a mess. He's snot everywhere. You can't deal with him. Sleepy's never awake, and I know firsthand, falling asleep during sex is not attractive to your partner. Dopey, he doesn't have brains enough to do it. Who am I missing? Grumpy, he's miserable. And I decided, you know, there's one dwarf that's freaking getting Snow White. And his name's Richard. They call him Happy. So he's having himself a good time. Other than that, does anybody here, like I go off in Weathersfield, bang a right, go to 106, bang left, and they come down, I think it's Route 10 or whatever that gets you down here. Does anybody live on Route 10 or any of those roads?
Route 10 is rough, man.
I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of collectors on that road. There's a lot of collectors of rusted out vehicles on that road. It looks like you have multiple landfills on that street. It's trite. I think somebody could make a pretty good living putting siding on down there on that street. Other than that, that's all I got, guys. You know, I know, good to see everybody. Barry, thanks for inviting me down here again. And I'm out.
Shane McDonald, everybody. That was good, Shane. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, so this time of the year in Vermont, you can see into the woods a little further than you would normally like to. I was on the planning board in our town, and we don't have blight laws in Chester. Collecting junk is part of the heritage of Vermont. Yeah, they actually kind of write it up like it's a mini junkyard, and it falls under that kind of category. So like we don't have a limit of junk cars you can have, and or the amount of junk. If people move here and complain, and then the Vermonters complain about the Flatlanders complaining about the junk, and it's a battle. We also have, and I don't want to be punching down either here, but in our town we have laws on how long you can live in a motorhome. It's supposed to be 6 months and a day, and they got rid of that because they felt that people that can't sustain their income to have a house could live in their motorhome year round or their camper. And really it just gives people a chance to shit in a bucket for a year. Oh well, that's not funny. But yeah, this is welcome to Chester. It's I've been here for almost 20 years now, and I just wrote on Facebook about that. It's like on Cape Cod, people competed to have the nicest yards, and around here they compete to have the most junk. And one of the other things that you learn, and I'll stop after this, in our area, these people realize that your property taxes are based on your evaluation. So many people will just keep one back wall of the house unsided with some tar paper flapping in the wind to keep their property taxes down. So it's a good lesson. So the 3 people that saw the thing here, where are you guys from? You're from Chester, and you live on Route 10 in a trailer. Have you seen the trailers on Route 10?
I don't think I have.
And how long have you lived here?
You should
Couple
couple months.
Couple months. And where did you move from?
I grew up in Rhode Island.
Ah, goddamn Flatlanders. No. Welcome to Chester. Thank you for coming. All right. Oh, I need to become funny. That was just a story, everybody. On deck, Bitsy Byron. And now, driving 2 hours from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, bringing his girlfriend. I can't even get a date. I'm jealous. They had a wonderful dinner in Bellows Falls, and he's here tonight to make you laugh. Jason Marby, everybody! Grab that mic right there, please.
Dynamite.
All right, thank you so much.
I will not be hitting those buttons. How's everybody doing this evening? What's going on, Chester? How you guys doing? That's true. I drove about 2 hours to be here, and totally worth the trip. Totally worth the trip. I've been doing stand-up comedy for about 12 years. I've won a few contests, been a part of a few festivals. So it's really great to, it's all come to this, to be in Barry's sex dungeon, bumfuck Vermont. Performing in front of one of those most diverse crowds I've ever been in front of. Most of you look like there's one row right here. I'm going to assume that you guys are related, right? No? Good, because the guy without the hat with the glasses, I'm not talking to the guy with the hat with the glasses or the girl with the glasses. I'm talking to the guy without the hat with the glasses. You look like someone tried to draw him from memory. And in that picture, they drew a caption, "I wanted soy in my matcha." And for some reason, that just doesn't sit well with me. The only way that could make this role worse is if someone introduced a fedora, which I saw Aaron Ricker smile at that. You look like you love fedoras. Anything to cover up that bald head of yours. All right, a little rapid fire comedy. There we go. No, it is nice to be here. I met Barry about 18 months ago, and I saw him post online that he's got this open mic here. And I was like, you mean I can just travel up to beautiful Green Mountain, Vermont, and be in a room where we've got lights and sound and video? This is basically a house made of candy in the middle of the woods. I'm glad I left a trail of breadcrumbs back in Massachusetts. By a round of applause, who here is not a comedian? Clap your hands if you're not a comedian. Aaron, you are so close. I'm just letting you know, another couple of years, and we'll accept you into our group. No, anyways, you guys that aren't comedians, thank you so much for being here, because I'll tell you what, when you go to an open mic, usually it's mostly comedians. And it's no fun being a comic performing in front of nothing but other comedians. It's got to be like what it feels like to be like at a gangbang, and you're the guy doing the fucking at the minute, and you look around for approval, and no one gives a shit. No, you're just waiting for their turn to fuck the bitch. And so anyways, thank you guys for being here. As you guys noticed, I've got this lovely, lovely boot on my leg. About 4 weeks ago on March 1st, the day before my 48th birthday, I broke my leg. I went outside to sand the sidewalk, and I slipped on the sidewalk that I was going to sand. And I just thought, how fucking stupid is that? That's like if you like open up a condom and then cut your dick with a wrapper. That's just basically it. I thought I was doing a good thing. We were going to help people here, and now I'm hurt. Yeah. Anyways, I was doing a comedy show the other day, and I don't know how it came up, but the guy in the crowd yelled out, "I got 5 DUIs!" I'm like, no one asked you, Mayor. I got 5 DUIs. And I thought to myself, if you get to the point where you have multiple DUIs, we should start listing those off like in Roman numerals. Like you could have a DUI, you could have a DUII, a DUIII, a DUIB. I got an uncle we used to call ducks. X is 10 in Roman numerals. All right, we're just working on stuff here. I read in the American Medical Journal, there's this British pharmaceutical company that had recently published an article that said they are a year away from developing a male oral contraceptive that is 99% effective in mice. I thought that is excellent news if you fuck mice. I feel like our phones are always listening. You guys get that impression? Like you talk about something. Like the other day, I was telling my friend, once the weather gets warmer, I want to buy myself a smoker. Something to smoke meats on. And for like the next few weeks on my Facebook, and I used to get these ads for Smokey Joe's barbecue grill, which is weird because like every now and then I get these ads for dildos and vibrators and personal massagers. And I'm thinking to myself, is this phone listening when it hears me having sex and the girl's not coming? I've been watching a lot of stepmom porn lately. Not on purpose, she just keeps sending it to me. Does anyone else have any cool stepmoms? It's fucking weird. I'm 48 years old. My dad is 78 years old. Lauren is 34. I'm like, what the fuck is a 34-year-old seeing a 78-year-old? And I'm like, oh yeah, the two boats in the airplane. And she tries to be friendly with me. She sends me these text messages that are like a little inappropriate, just a little. Like the other day, she sent me this text message that said, your father has no idea how to eat pussy. I'm like, yeah, he has no idea how to eat mashed potatoes. Just wipe his chin and tell him he's a good boy. What the fuck are you bothering me with this shit for? I don't want to encourage her, but I had to text back. At least it's not hereditary. Stepmom porn takes up about a third of my porn consumption. I love gangbang porn. I like to put gangbang porn up on a big screen TV, stand next to it like I'm the next guy in line. But now you guys know how I got that lifetime ban from Best Buy. I missed the keys. No one showed me what the keys were. No one showed me what the keys were. Sorry. No, I don't want to know now. The moment's passed. I'd like to think that somewhere in your house there's like an outfit like that with the little denim feet, the like Canadian pajamas. I like tranny porn. Yeah, your room usually gets quiet when I say that. I do. It's 2026, don't kink shame. I like tranny porn. There's just something super erotic about two lesbians sucking each other's cocks. I like that male to female porn. I don't do it the other way because I ain't no queer. Ryan, have you ever seen a trans vagina? It's close, but no cigar. It's okay. We're so far north of Mason-Dixon line. You guys can laugh at jokes like that. I found a new lane of porn I like. It's called stuck porn. Have you guys ever seen stuck porn? It's like there you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mayor. It's like Governor of Vermont right there. It's like when a woman walks in the room, she's like, oh, I dropped my bracelet behind this couch. But it wasn't a bracelet, it was a rabbit snare. And now she's stuck, and someone in her household comes along and fucks her from behind. I thought to myself, how great would it be if there's a stuck porn where the woman wasn't really stuck, she was just one of those hands on a Honda contest, where the last person to take their hands off that car wins it. It's just down to her and one homeless guy. He was just there for the pretzels. I mean, he's ready to tap out, but he wants to see this sexual assault through. And she's no quitter. I mean, this Honda Odyssey is really going to change her family's life. Okay, obviously this is a Subaru crowd. Read the room, know where you are. I think my favorite thing about porn recently is that I watched a porn where I learned a new word. There's this type of porn where men like to have heavy-set women sit on their faces until they can no longer breathe. It's called stuck porn. Or I'm sorry, it's called muffication. It's perfect, isn't it? It's two words put together. One of those words being suffocation, and the other one being muff. You got some couples in the crowd? Any couples? I mean, I want to see a couple other girls here. I'm here with my girlfriend. My girlfriend, on the 3rd, we just celebrate our 6-month anniversary, which means we've been sleeping together for 7 months. 48, I don't have time to waste. We got to try before you buy. We went to an adult sex shop the other day because we wanted to get ourselves a little Buzz toy. We went to the sex shop to get a Buzz toy because I found out the hard way that she wasn't interested in using the house vibrator. Yeah, you got to think about that. No one's ever said that to you before. What the fuck is a house vibrator? It's something I had long before I met her. And she's like, I don't know how I feel about using something that you may have used on other women. How many women have you used that on? And I was like, thank you. I'm gonna get rid of that part of the joke because you're the only one that gets it. She's like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable using something that you've used on other women. I was like, well, listen, I can totally appreciate that, but you're having a hard time using a vibrator that I may have used on 6 other women, but you just sucked a dick that I've used on all the women. I'm not sure why you're really being picky in this moment right here. I got some bad news for you. I clean them both the same way. A little bit of Dawn dish soap and a lot of this. So we go and we get this little vibrator, and the thing's amazing. It's like a Fiat. It's really small and expensive, so you know it's good. And the thing's amazing because like it's got 10 different settings on it. The first 5 settings are exactly the same, just more intense. Once you get to 6, now we're starting to experience some rhythms. 6. 7's the same thing, just more intense. We get up to 8. I look up, her eye is twitching. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I don't know. 9. But here's the thing that fucked me up. We get to 10. It goes. Okay, some of you were Boy Scouts, maybe military, and you had to learn Morse code. What is that?
SOS.
Yeah, it's SOS. That's a distress signal for the little man on the boat. We're taking on water. That's a squirting joke. I'll tell you what, the nice thing about that is ever since that night, I no longer get ads for vibrators on my Facebook. Barry, can I stretch a little?
What's that?
Can I stretch a little?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll let you guys go with this. This is something that's plagued me my whole life, and I'm honestly at the age of 48, I'm okay with it. I got a confession. Got a very average penis. It's true, very average penis, but it's nice, it works well. I've had a lot of fun with it. But here's the thing about average penises. It's what most of us have. I don't know if you know this, but right now you're treading water in a sea of average penises. This isn't Chester, Vermont's big dick convention. But at points in my life, people have made me feel inadequate. So I wrote a joke that's going to give some perspective to guys with average penises. Because isn't that what makes you feel better in a bad situation? Perspective. So here's a joke for you guys. I hope you like it. My girlfriend and I were walking down the beach. I tripped on something. I looked down. I pulled it out of the sand. It looked like a magic lamp. You know, just like every magic lamp that you've ever seen in a movie that needed a fucking magic lamp. There's some writing on it. I go to wipe the sand off, and a genie pops out. And he says with a voice that bellows from the sky above, I have been imprisoned for millennia. For releasing me, I shall grant you your greatest wish. I run right up to the genie. I whisper into his ear, and he looks at me. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. He grants the wish and fucks off. We're not going to see him for the rest of the joke. I grabbed my girlfriend's hand and said, listen, we got to go home and have sex right now. We jump into the car. We're driving home, following each other in the car ride home. We burst through the door, ripping each other's clothes off, kissing passionately. I get her in the bedroom. I lay her on the bed, and I enter her, and her eyes bulge. She gasps. Within a few strokes, we both realize that I am hitting places that I have previously not been able to reach. After 17 minutes of passionate lovemaking, which is long enough, you know, to get done whatever the fuck you got to get done. We roll off of each other, exasperated and satisfied. After a few moments, she rolls over and looks at me and says, God damn, baby, how big of a dick did you wish for? I looked at her and said, there's nothing wrong with my dick. I made you tired. Thank you guys very much. I'm Jason Marby.
Give it up for Jason, everybody. That was awesome, man. Thanks for making the trip. I screwed up. I skipped over Mindy Bean.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, sorry, Mindy Bean. And now, all the way from Jamaica, Vermont, Mindy Bean, everybody.
nephew smoke meats, actually. I was like, yes, he smokes lots of meats, I can tell. Also, I could tell that you had a really young stepmom. I knew where that was going with all of those jokes. I recently went on porn. I don't normally. I just was like, what's out there? And it's interesting. I thought they would act a little bit better than they do, but no, I guess that's not what people are really on there for. So I am 11 weeks in with a concussion. So it's been really interesting. There's still some days I don't have any recollection of what I did. I don't know where I'm going. And my daughter goes to me, Mom, don't go in my school and say things. You're telling people you're in a coma, and then I'm going off to college. I'm going to high school. So I am going to keep my lips zipped. I already embarrassed my kids enough. So, a bit about Mindy. There's new people here. I have 6 kids and 5 grandkids. Thank you. Not everybody is as happy about that as you folks are. Yeah. Miss Fountain of Youth over here, single-handedly overpopulating our planet. People love that about me. Yeah. They say, Grandma, you started way too young. Yes. My family and I are all proud supporters of teen pregnancy. That way you're still a little hot when you're a grandma. That's how it goes. It's good stuff. People love me even more when they find out I'm poor. Yeah. How are you supposed to afford all those kids? Easy. I do questionable things for money. Yeah. I don't get paid for sex. I'm too tired to have sex for free. But pee in a champagne glass and leave it in someone's bathroom for $50, that's okay. I pee in a cup for free at the doctor's all the time. At least I get to feel fancy peeing in a champagne glass. And I get $50 to give to my son for his field trip. Yeah. It's not blood money. It's just a little bit of piss money. Yeah. I recently found out I can sell my family's hair to people who ask oddly specific details that I lie about. Is this virgin hair? Yes, most definitely. I have to say, I also have questionable ways of saving time. I don't know if you think about how much time and money you spend eating and how much time you spend pooping because of all that eating, but that's time I need back. I think I'm going to become anorexic because I don't have time for that shit. Yeah. I once went on a blind date. Nice guy, but when we were crossing the street, he was hit by a car. I have ADHD. I can't be expected to be somebody else's eyes. And the lady who hit him was going 51 and a 15. She was dyslexic. Yeah. What else? I wasn't really prepared for this evening, but I did hear that there was somebody that just had a baby. Are you still here? Did she leave? Well, I can tell you one great thing about having kids, and I spoke about this last time I was here, is sex talks. I don't get people who say, I have to have the talk with my kid. Why would you give yourself one shot at this? I wake up every morning like, I think it's been too long since we had a sex talk, kids. Come on. It's gonads and gametes this morning. And that's all before breakfast. Yeah. Sometimes I have charts. So, how about that clitoris? Or they have sassy teenagers. They're like, Mom, it's pronounced clitoris. I think that's the British pronunciation. And they have a food called spotted dick, which sounds like a venereal disease. So, I'm going with my pronunciation. But speaking of STIs, have you heard about genital warts? And that's when my big kids scatter and I'm left with like a 3-year-old. And they want to get in the conversation. They end with, did you know sea cucumbers breathe out of their anus? Looked it up, it's true. And he knows the word anus, so he's getting something out of these sex talks as well. I was proud of myself. But the trick is you gotta trap them in the car, these kids, and then they have to be scarred by mom's sex talks. There's no way out. It's what you do. And I was full of advice for this new mom. I was gonna ask her if she had the poop finger smell, because you change enough diapers and your fingers permanently smell like crap. But I've got a trick. I've got a trick for this. And it involves putting the baby in overalls and a poop spatula. You lay the baby down, scrape, 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 shower, shake the baby in the shower. You can dunk it in a bucket, you can swirl it around. Ta-da! No poop fingers. But now she doesn't get that little piece of advice, so maybe she's watching and she'll use that. Let me think about who's first up here? Fat bellies and otters. Fat bellies and otters, don't underestimate either one of those things. Do you know sea otters have a fat flap? Did they keep their favorite rock in? I want a fat flap. I love rocks. Yeah, not too shabby. And suicide jokes, yeah, they can get dark. I had a friend who would keep calling me and threaten suicide. And I don't know if this makes me insensitive, but I was like, if he calls me one more time, I'm just gonna say, just do it! Just do it! Put your words into actions and stop bugging me. I don't have time for that. So, I don't think I'm the one to call when there's someone on the ledge, because I'll show up still eating my sandwich. Probably giving advice like, move over, dumbass! You'll have better luck if you're over the pavement. Yeah. Just no sympathy for that. I should. It's bad, but, you know, it happens. So, who else did we have? What else can I wanted to play off of something else, but I wrote it on the gum wrapper and I can't see it, so I'm just gonna end here. Thank you, Barry. I pulled something out of my ass for you.
Drums.
Oh, okay.
Mindy Bean, everybody. Woo-woo! Awesome. That was great, Mindy. I love watching you grow as a comedian. It's fabulous. Her stage presence has always been good, and your material is improving all the time. It's really great. So my friend Alex Strandling is here. We're doing a fundraiser for Fact 8 Public Access TV, and we're going to have comics. We're going to do 3 minutes, a tight 3 minutes, two mics on stage with spotlights, and raise money for Fact 8 and get some food for the food shelf. And we're going to do it at the Bellows Falls Opera House, so that'll give a chance for comics to be in a big theater. And Mindy and I are going to be on panel together. So that'll be fun. All right, everybody. So what we do that's a little bit unique here is give everybody 10-minute sets. I don't know where else they do that. It does get a little long, but it's a good exercise for everybody. We have 3 comics left. Bitsy, Tom, and Dan Arnold, who drove all the way from Lake George. So it's really cool that people are traveling so far. So if you can hang in there for 3 more comics, please welcome, all the way from 12 miles down the road, Bitsy Byron, everybody! Woohoo!
Thanks, Barry. Mindy, you got to be the poster child for shaken baby syndrome. For sure. Did I hit this? All right. How you doing, everybody? Hey, it's good to see you. It's like mud season, stick season. This kind of weather sucks, but it's my favorite time of year to play my favorite game, which is, I don't know about you guys, whose genitals are uglier? Do you ever play this game with your partner? Whose genitals are uglier? I think we know the answer, right? It's not the furry clam, you guys. It's the ladies. The penis is the ugly one, right? Right? No, because you guys, you're so confident. You just love your penis, and you think like it's like sea monkeys, a magical thing that grows. But to us, it looks like a piece of your intestine fell out and someone took a bicycle pump to it. Okay, that one didn't work. So I was recently in Washington, D.C. for the King's protest. No King's protest? Anybody else protest? No? All right, one person, yeah. And I'll tell you, being in Washington, D.C., cities really make you feel things, marching around the state capitol and, feeling like, wow, here with all the history, anything is possible. And then I went to New York City and I saw a Broadway show and I felt like, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And then I went to Boston and I felt like my dad used to hit me when I was little. Okay, we're doing good here. Anybody out there multitasking these days? It's really hard to find time to do a lot of things. I know, so I'm just, the key is to just try to do things at once, like anybody else masturbating to your meditation app? Feel the sensations in your body. Okay. I love a foreign accent. Women, we are a huge fan of guys with a foreign accent. We really have a soft spot for that. It's called the vagina. Okay, I'm just not doing well tonight. All right, that's why I love the live stream. It's always, there's a new feature on YouTube. It's like, they have a feature like how many views you have on YouTube, and now it's like, how many views are you? And it's it's kind of, trouble. It was recently National Siblings Day. I don't know if you guys know that Facebook holiday. It's one of my favorites. I have 7 brothers and sisters, and we all work really hard to find like some quirky pictures with all of us in there. And we post it and stuff, and it's really fun. And I was feeling sad for my daughter. She's an only child. So I decided to do something special for her this year. And I put a picture of her and then the 4 Planned Parenthoods where I had my abortions. So she wouldn't feel lonely. I have been dating the same guy for quite a while. It's weird, have you ever dated anyone with a kid? It is my kid though, but it's still weird. We were bored in the bedroom. I don't know about you guys. 29 years of eating the same plate of spaghetti every night, fucking the same plate of spaghetti. I mean, you know what I mean. Doing the same thing every night. And so a friend gave me some advice, and she's like, "Oh, you guys should really go to a restaurant. Like drive separately and sit at the bar, pretend like you don't know each other, and then pick each other up, go home, and have great sex." And I said, "Well, I might be able to do the poor man's version of that." So we were up in the bedroom, and I said, "Honey, go downstairs and pretend like you have Alzheimer's." She went downstairs. And then I put on my terry cloth bathrobe, and I went downstairs. And then he turned around and he said, "Who the fuck are you?" What else do I have? I don't have a lot today. I think that's going to do it for me, you guys. All right? Woo, woo, woo! Good night.
Thanks, Bitsy. I forgot to turn on the timer, so it's nice of you to
Stop at 4:40.
do your deal there. She's good. It's like I made press releases, and she saw the press release, and here we are. This is freaking awesome. All right, 2 more comics left. And now, Tom Zudemeister, everybody.
Thank you, Barry. So about 29 and a half years ago, my wife and I went to our first ultrasound. She was 18 weeks pregnant. She was huge, like, big belly. That's what I meant to say, not. Anyway, we met with the midwives first, and they had a little glint in their eye, like, when are you having your first ultrasound? Like, well, it's our next appointment. And they're like, yeah, we'd like to know what's going on with that. So should have known something was up. So my wife is laying down on the bed, and the tech is there applying the lotion, and she's going back and forth over with it. And I'm looking up at the monitor, and I'm like, why is there a mirror image on the monitor? And I was trying to figure it out, and then that's when the tech, as she's going back and forth, saying, how about that? Twins. So that was, because back in the 90s, you have to realize the big thing is everyone was like, we want to know if our baby's healthy or not. And you don't want to know the gender. We're like, okay, enough surprises. Looks like they're healthy. We want to know the genders now. Baby B moved around so much we couldn't tell if she was a boy or a girl. Fortunately, she was a girl. And everybody also said they always come early. So we went to the January pregnancy classes. And then, of course, our kids came actually in March, a day late, both over 7 pounds. 15 pounds baby. So very hard on my wife physically, very hard on me emotionally. Also was very hard on me emotionally was last week. One of those kids went off and actually got married. You can applaud for that, yeah. Especially people who have kids already who know that. So, Common Man in Claremont. We had, I think, like 85 or so guests. And Meg, I don't know if she wittingly or unwittingly, asked me to do the father's speech. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, because she knows I do comedy. So, of course, I reminded the entire crowd when she was about 8, at the dinner table one night, I had announced that Abbott Labs will give you free Similac for a year if you have quadruplets. And even then, I could see her little brain thinking. So the next night at dinner, she's like, you know, I think when I get married, I want a set of quadruplets. I'm like, oh, well, okay, that's good, Meg. She's like, well, no, I just don't want a set of I also want a set of triplets. I'm like, well, yeah, but you don't get it free. Yeah, but I'll be used to it. I don't need more something like after that. And then I want maybe 1 or 2 sets of twins. I'm like, Meg, it doesn't really. And she keeps going. She's like, and eventually when she gets done with all the kids that she wants, she ended up with wanting 17 kids. Now that she's been a part-time nanny to a very precocious 3-year-old, whose both the parents are very smart, she has realized that her little 3-year-old pushes her buttons sometimes, loves her dearly, but she's realized, you know, maybe 1 or 2 is better, you know, not 17. And but she's always been a very smart kid. That's hence why I have the Harvard dad hat, because she went to Harvard for a year to get her master's. But she's always been very smart. And so when, again, she was about 8 or 9, I offered to both my daughters, hey, Dartmouth and Duke are playing basketball, women's. Do either one of you want to go? And Carrie's like, I just want to read. So, but Meg's like, yeah, let's go do it. So we went to the game. Now, of course, Duke at the time was the number 3 women's team in the country. Dartmouth has a lot of smart graduates. We'll just leave it at that. And so we went to the game, 3,000 people went, which you gotta realize for Hanover is huge. And it wasn't even close. I remember there was one time where the center for Duke was back defending, and the Dartmouth player on a breakaway, and she's going down the court, and she's getting ready for the layup, and I swear the center for Duke didn't even jump. She just reached out, swung the ball away. Like, oh, this is going to be a rough game. 92-46, Duke over Dartmouth. So
wow.
Wasn't even close. So I asked afterwards, like, Meg, did you enjoy the game? She's like, yeah, I love the game. I'm like, great. I'll get Dartmouth's schedule and we can go check it. She's like, Dartmouth? I don't see Dartmouth. I want to see Duke. I'm like, honey, Duke's over 700 miles away. We can't drive that far to go see the game or fly that far. Dartmouth is like 5 miles away. She's like, not interested. Not interested at all. Totally switching gears. Does anyone know what happened last week to good old Tiger Woods?
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. So I was gonna let it go. I mean, the poor guy. Just for a reminder, 9 years ago he got caught in his car sleeping off something. About 5 years ago, he ended up crashing his car, almost losing his leg. Fortunately, he did not. And then this time, he clipped the back of a trailer in a very narrow 2-lane road and ended up putting a Land Rover on its side. Yeah, not good optics. So, what would you do if you tipped your car over on the side? Who's one of the first people you would call? Would you call 911? I mean, does that make sense? Okay. Would you call maybe someone who cares about you? No, Tiger, one of the first people he called, because he wandered off, and then he came back, and the police were like, who are you on the phone with? Oh, I was just calling the president. Who in the world would call the president of the United States saying, but I think I know why he was calling. I'm not sure, but I think I know he was calling. I think the conversation went something like this. President Trump, this is Tiger Woods. Oh, hey, how you doing? Sorry, that's a terrible impression, but it was even worse last night. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Well, sir, I just ran into the back of a vehicle. I tipped my vehicle over, and even though it blew zeros in the breathalyzer, I think they're gonna arrest me. So, well, why are you calling me? He says, well, if I do get charged for something and convicted, can you give me a pardon? Yeah, no problem. Just give me some golf lessons. We'll be all set. I think that's how the conversation went. Not absolutely sure, but you never know. So, sorry, I forgot your name. Let's see here. You are Jason, right?
Yes.
Yes. Jason, I feel for you. I had that same boot on because about 4 years ago, tomorrow, not that particular boot, but the same brand. You know what I mean. comedians. 4 years ago tomorrow, my 35-year-old brain told my 55-year-old body that, yeah, we can go out and play soccer outdoors, not a problem. And so we're out in the field, and I went to put down my foot, and all of a sudden I'm like, why is there a piece of wood under my foot? Why can't I? And as I'm pushing off, I'm like, why someone did not clean the field? Why is there a piece of wood there? Why can't I put weight on my heel? Apparently that's what it feels like when you completely rupture your Achilles tendon. Yeah, so I ended up going to the emergency room, and the nurse practitioner was so nice. He's like, oh, as he's feeling along my Achilles, like, oh, here it is, here's the complete rupture. Do you want to feel it? I'm like, no, I'm all set. I do not want to feel my own rupture. I can handle things like my 3-year-old daughter throwing up in my hands and catching it. I can handle that. I cannot handle someone feeling my own rupture. I will take a pass on that. I was very fortunate. I was able to get into surgery within about a week and a half. But the surgeon played a good one on me. I'm laying there. They numbed up my entire leg, and I look down and I see she's wearing red rubber boots. I'm like, why are you wearing those kind of boots in the operating room? She said, oh, no big deal, just because of the blood. I'm like, what? The blood? She's like, yeah, the blood. There's so much blood that starts flowing out. You know, I don't want to mess up my shoes. And I was like, so I was obviously getting very nervous. She could see that, and then that's when she said, no, I'm just kidding. We pump in a lot of saline. Saline gets all over the place. We want to make sure we don't slip, so that's why we wear the red rubber boots. Like, you know what? You stick to being a surgeon. I'll stick to the comedy. We'll both stay in our own lanes. Thank you very much. That was a little scary for me. So, and believe it or not, I've actually used up all my time. I'm going to just take 30 seconds to plug. If anyone's up in the London and Hanover area, there's a lot of comedy up there. If you want to come do an open mic, we're doing it up at Lebanon Municipal Airport on Friday nights. Most nights are open mic. The show's usually on the last Friday. But if you want to give it a shot, we've had over 150 people do comedy up there in the last 2 years. So thanks very much. Good night.
Tom Zudemeister, everybody. All right. Can the Rhode Island / Chester people handle one more comic? Oh, good. You guys are like the greatest laughers ever. You're intellectuals. Are you engineers or something? What do you do for work? Middleman.
I work at a high school.
You work, and you sir?
Up north. Electrical work.
Electrical work, and you, young lady?
I'm a pathologist assistant.
A what?
Pathologist
A
assistant.
pathologist. You guys are all thinkers. Thank you for coming. I've noticed that you've been chuckling. We're not a real belly laughing crowd here. So when Tom was talking about Harvard, it reminded me of a time when I had a date, and I drove through the Harvard campus with my date, and I said, do you think there's a chance that I will become more intelligent driving through this campus from osmosis? And my date turned to me and she said, Barry, I'm more worried about the Harvard students becoming dumber because of reverse osmosis. She had a better sense of humor than I do. All right, my buddy is here. I went to an open mic in Troy, New York last Halloween. And I met Daniel. He was a gay donut for Halloween. Something like that. He's one of my favorite guys. I love him. Welcome to the stage, Dan Arnold, everybody.
Is this thing on? I told myself I was going to be earlier, but now I'm late. So old habits die hard, right? Like, the moment I say I'm gonna do something, I don't do it. Yeah. Still reeling from that April Fool's Day hangover. April Fool's Day. Yeah, April 1st, I finally got the call I've been waiting for. Is this Joe? This is the one, guys. Sorry, I think you have the wrong number. I saw what they were doing. I could have reverse Uno carded and said Joe Mama myself. Joe Mama! But they actually recited a series of numbers to me. This isn't 8008135? So this was a serious inquiry about Joe, okay? I don't know how they got my number, but the most I could do is put the one they gave me into a calculator. That's 8008135, 8008135. Okay. Nobody here has used a calculator. Ever. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had people come to me after the show saying, oh, I get it now. It's one of those after the show jokes that you're like, oh, I finally get it. Yeah. It's like Joe Mama, and then he just goes into boobies. Too smart for the room, guys? Too smart for the room?
Probably.
Yeah. Maybe put that out of the rotation. I was proud of it. I was fucking proud. Okay? In terms of April Fool's pranks that I played on others, my friend has always wondered why burgers at fast food joints can't look like they do on the picture, and he doesn't know that they actually use pins to keep the ingredients in place. So I decided to give him exactly what he wanted. Dude had the nastiest, gnarliest tack breath. Dude, he was like tack breath, breathing on people, in the office, in the fucking break room. Did you see the series finale of Succession? Do you think Shaban should have given way Star Royco to Madison and the three? Ew, stop fucking talking to me! I feel like a fucking pincushion right now. Christ! God. Burgers, man. Burger. And people have like high standards for their burgers, and people they're still debating on which is better, plant-based diets versus animal-based. And people on the plant side, they're bringing their ingredients to the table. We got water and pea protein. And the beef side, the animal side, claims to be just beef. We're just beef. It's a unique debate tactic, right? We're just beef. It sort of inspired me, the whole thing. I know it's not just beef, but it inspired me to carry whiteout around the kitchen so I feel superior about my food choices. Just painting over those nutrition facts, less is more, you know? Alright. I'd one last burger joke. And then we'll get off the post Good Friday burger jokes. Yeah, I pulled out all of these yesterday. Complete dead silence the whole fucking set. Too many Christians in Saratoga, I swear to God. They're making pyramids out of burgers now. Like this, I've been seeing on social media the weird correlation between pyramids and burgers. Okay, first they made put multiple burgers in a pyramid, stacked them up on top of each other. But now they're making the burger itself a pyramid. It's a pyramid. It's triangle shaped. I feel like they lost the plot a bit because the first one actually can feed people, and the other one is just a fucking undercooked nightmare. So I don't know if this is reparation for starving the workers who made the pyramids, but come on, you don't gotta do them like that. Come on. That's the Burger 4. The Burger 4 with Joe Mama joke sort of dangling on the front here, I'm part of the burger group, all the Dan's burger jokes. Wow. I really can condense that into 3 minutes. I think I might win that competition that Barry was just talking about. This is going quicker than I expected. I don't know how to full time, guys. I don't know how to full time. I guess you guys weren't around for the project and stuff, so I get to repeat that. Social media posts. I saw one asking why we can't bring back galas. We ditched them for speed dating. They won't screen cap that if there wasn't a clapback. Okay? The clapback was, you were never invited to galas, and you never will be. Not the angle of attack I would have gone for. I would have attacked them for wanting to go to galas at all. Okay? Look at this motherfucker getting off on rich people dancing in circles. Instead of the invitation, I dangle the keys. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna just touch my butt and it's not gonna be there. Those keys are not gonna be there. It's gonna be nuts. Yeah. It's gonna be, I can't make fun of people. Like, I have to really be in a mood to make fun of people. I like My Fair Ladying myself before these sets, because, like, if you stutter during an open mic, I feel like that's the equivalent of failing the breathalyzer. Like, you should have, take your license away, you know? But I have this stuttering problem, so I do have to sort of train myself, because I've gone off on people before, and I end up swapping letters around. So instead of a big pussy, I called somebody a pig bussy. And they never let me live it down. It was real bad, dude. New Mario movie came out recently, like a few days ago, on April 1st. Yeah, I wanted to see on social media what people were doing to sort of like, because Mario Day was like sort of, March 10th Mario Day sort of started the whole advertising for the Mario movie. I wanted to see how people celebrated. Apparently Mario teamed up with the Tricks Rabbit through his connections on the Epstein list. Nintendo was actually suing the US government for Mario being listed on the files. They're actually suing the US government, but like, for copyright infringement. Copyright infringement. Because Super Mario is listed on the files. Yeah. No, but I've seen Mario fans post, like, when they were, Mario was actually displayed on, like, the Honey Nut Cheerios, and I've seen people think that's worth posting to their Instagram story. Leave it to Mario fans to treat the act of going outside like it's a trip to Disneyland. Trust me, I should know. Because I don't go outside much. I'm not good socializing. Which is where we start the crowd work portion of the evening. How you doing, everybody? Woo! Yeah. People hassling those three in the back here. Hi. You do some smart people stuff now? You do like?
No.
No? I mean, the glasses free?
Yeah, the glasses don't work.
Yeah. The glasses don't work. And just wear like fake glasses. I have to wear real glasses, so I'm at the work, you know. 4 eyes, yeah. These are fake glasses. That's how you counter like 4 eyes comments. Like, oh, 4 eyes? These aren't even real. I don't even need these. Not a real 4 eyes. So make fun of me. So these aren't just jokes. I'm just filling time here. You know, a lot of people invading my personal space, really. It's weird. Like, people should not be standing near the door of the bathroom in a doctor's office. I don't feel like that. That has to be like some sort of boundary. Because if I'm peeing in a cup and it's like I'm mumbling to myself like, oh God, this pee, like, because I sing about my pee, and then I open the door and then I see someone like standing like right outside the bathroom. That has to be like an HR violation, right? Like it goes straight to HR of the doctor's office. Just me? Is it just me to feel like, because the doctor's office is like a one-person bathroom, right? And you go in there to pee in the cup. And you might be singing to yourself, and you think this is like a sanctuary, sanctioned zone from everyone else. And to open the door and to see someone else just standing there on their phone, like with a Cambridge shirt, like your daughter went to Cambridge, so you get to violate everyone else's personal boundaries. The fucking entitlement. And then the fucking Starbucks. I'm standing in Starbucks, and then I turn around, and some mean girl with like a bunch of makeup is like standing like right there behind me. It's like, dude, look at his shoes. He was literally asking for it. Did I bring up my shoes yet? Did I bring up why I'm not invited to any galas? Okay, look at this. Like, there's a no boundaries brand. Okay? I took these through the winter. I found the boundary. Fucking snow. Fucking snow. God. No. They actually have airwalkers at Walmart. The airwalkers display the brand on the back. No boundaries doesn't. Because the reason it looks so beat up is whenever my shoe thinks of displaying a brand, I get acquainted with another accessory. A belt. I do believe in disciplining your shoes. I'm not a gentle shoe wearer. I'm not a gentle shoe wearer, okay? I don't know how you feel about gentle parenting. Oh, God. Yeah, social media. It's crazy. I don't want to get into this person's space here. So, what do you think of that set? It's cool? How do we feel about AI? Eh?
Like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Disney just they just backed out of their deal with Sora AI. And I've seen people on social media like actually praise this decision. Like, good on Disney for backing out of the deal. Sora AI shut down. Like, what deal was there to be had? This non-existent entity. Like, I would have respected them more if they actually went through with the deal after Sora AI shut down. Like, yeah, we're still doing this. We're still going through with this deal. Kind of a weak one, and I like my AI joke. I wanted to do something cool with AI, but maybe next time. Good.
Dan Arnold, everybody. Woo! All right, well, we did it. Another comedy open mic. Yeah, everybody give yourselves a big round of applause. That was cool. We got a lot of different types of people doing their thing here. It's really wonderful. And people traveled for a long way, and it was cool. And we had 5 non-comics that were full of laughter. I don't think they've ever had this much fun in their whole lives. That's what they say. Be memorable. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. This is it. So on the third Saturday, we are doing a setup and punchline competition. We have $200 in prize money. People will have an opportunity to do up to 5 one-liners in 3 minutes. And then on May 21st, we're going to have our 3-minute show in Bellows Falls at the Opera House. All right, thanks for coming, everybody. Woohoo!
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a good comment.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out whether or not we want to do 10-minute sets or not. I kind of like it. It goes long.
Well, what else is there? I'm not making fun of this set, but what else is there to do in Vermont?
Yeah.
Give the 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah, but it's just like, well, I'll put in the clock though, see how long the show is.
Maybe like 7 minutes.
Seven's generous.
Yeah.
1 hour and 14
7
minutes.
is generous. It's not grotesque.
But it's different here too, 'cause